Right. Okay. Let's have Leila join me on question number 27, please.
PQRS is a parallelogram. N is the point on SQ such that Sn to NQ is 3 to 2. PQ equals A and PS equals B.
Okay. What does the words diagram now actually drawn mean for you in exam?
You don't take measurements.
Yeah. Don't start taking measurements like this is A, this is half of A and stuff. Don't measure stuff on there. Okay. Let me just quickly put on A here. This is our vector A, which I'm going to underline because I'm writing it. They in the exam they will be won't be underlining it. They will be having in bold print. So we have ours and we have that. Now it says it's a parallelogram. Is that all I can label, Leila?
No, you can label S to R as A.
Yeah,
as
S
well.
to R is also as A because of the parallelogram. They are equal.
And Q to R is also B because it's a parallelogram.
Okay. And the blue bit here, this bit here is B. Okay,
Yeah.
lovely. Now, what about this information here? This bit.
S to N to Q is 3 to 2, so it will be out of 5.
Exactly. So that means S to N will be 3/5 of the way, and N to Q will be 2/5 of the way. And we'll put that in a diagram in a bit. Okay, first comes first. I want us to work out this bit here. Leila, can you explain to us? Read that first, please.
Write down in terms of A and B an expression for S to Q.
Okay.
So you do.
So we want to start here, and we want to go to here.
Yeah.
So we want to go straight across here. Now, you know how to go straight across there at the moment.
No.
Okay, because we don't know how to do. What do we do then?
You go all the way around.
You go all the way around. You go on the scenic route.
Yeah.
So now you need to explain to me what that route is. So S to Q on the scenic route is what? S to
P,
which is down this way then.
which is minus B, and then P to Q.
So now B is going upwards, we are going downwards. So we have to reverse the B to minus B. And we are going in the direction of a little a. So that will be plus A. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
We write that down with the A first, just for niceness, for alphabetical order. A minus
A minus B.
A minus B. Now it goes express N to R in terms of A and B. So let's get rid of those colors and we're going to use them again. So okay, let's go with that and that and that and that. Now, so we want to now go from N to R. We want to go from here to here. Do we know that route at the moment, Leila?
No.
No. Okay. Do we know what S to Q is? Yes.
Yeah, we do.
We just worked it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's put S to Q. So this is S to Q. All of the purple bit is
A minus B.
Okay, lovely. Now we do know, let's change color here. We do know that this bit here, this bit is equal to what?
3 out of 5.
3/5 of
A minus B.
And we do know this little bottom baby bit here is
2/5 of A minus B.
A minus B. Lovely. So that's us using the information they've given us in here. So now let's move on to this next part of the question. Read this for me, please.
Express NR in terms of A and B.
So we want to go from N to R on the green line, but we can't go on the green line because we don't know what it is. So we have to take a indirect route. So can you give me one of the routes, please, that you would like me to take?
From N to Q.
So you're going to go from N to Q.
Yeah, and then Q to R.
And then Q to R. That sounds like a good route. So let me just quickly highlight that route for everybody to see. Let's say I'm going down here first, and then up here to get to our right destination, which is good, which is correct. Right. So give me the vectors behind N to Q. What's behind N to Q?
2/5 of A minus B.
So we say 2/5 of A minus B.
Yeah.
Add
B.
B. Now what do we do with the brackets?
You expand them.
So that gives you 2/5 of A minus 2/5 of B
Add
plus B. So can you simplify that for me, please?
2/5 of A.
That stays as it is because there's nothing else to simplify with it. What about the B's? You have one B, like a whole B, and you take 2/5 of the B out of it. How many fifths do you have left over?
3/5
3/5.
of B.
So N2R is, you can take the fifths out if you like.
2A add 3B.
I don't want to, not like that. You take the fifth out, and you're left with 2A
Oh, yeah.
at 3B. And that's the end of the first higher question that we're doing. And what was the key difference in this particular question, Leila, compared to the ones we were doing before? What was the key difference?
The ratio and the
The
fraction.
ratio part, understanding how the ratio part works. If they say 3 to 2, the question will have 5 parts. The first part is S to N is 3 parts out of 5. The second one is 2 parts out of 5 of the vector that we know, 3/5 of A minus B and 2/5 of A minus B. And that's how we do that particular question. And there's 4 marks altogether. Done. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, the next question. We have another ratio one. Abu Bakr, join me on this question, please.
OAB is a triangle. OA equals A, OB equals B. Find AB in terms of A and B.
So we have, this one is A. And this one is B. Okay, lovely. He goes, find A to B. Now A to B is, which one is it? A starting here and B starting there. And they want you to work out this vector here. Do you know what it is?
No.
So if you don't know what it is, what do you do?
Take the scenic route.
Take the scenic route, which is all the way around the shape. So you're gonna go that way, followed by that way. So can you give me that route? That tell me the journey, not the vector, as a journey. So A to B equals
A to O plus O plus B, O to B.
Yeah, O to B, lovely. Now put the layer of algebra onto the vectors. And now if you go A to O, you go in opposite direction of A.
So minus A.
And in the direction of B.
B.
Done. Find A to B, done. Fantastic. Now read the ratio part for us now, please.
P is the point on AB such that AP equals AP to PB equals 3:1. Find OP in terms of A and B. Give your answer in its simplest
This is
form.
A to B. This is P to B. So the ratio is 3:1. If the ratio is 3:1, how many parts are there in the question?
4.
There's 4 parts. So the A to P part will be worth what? 3
over 4.
Of whatever it is. And the P to B will be worth how many parts?
A quarter.
A quarter of it. So now remember, we worked out A to B goes upwards. So it's best if you go upwards here. So this bottom bit here, that's going to be worth 3/4 of the whole vector. And this top part will be worth how much?
A 1/4.
Yeah, but I put it in black because you can't see really in green. Okay, so that's my little kind of triangle. You can leave it open as well if you want. That's going to be a quarter of AB. Lovely. So that's all labeled up beautifully now. Now, here's the question. They want you to go from O to P, like this. Now, do you know how to go from O to P directly?
No.
No. So give me a scenic route, but let me get rid of the old scenic route first. Let's get rid of all this. Okay, now, remember you are starting at O, and you got to get to P. So now, remember, there's 2 directions, but one direction is better. Give me the one direction which is better. Which route is the better route? Go on.
O to B and P to B.
Okay,
and
so
B
you said O to P is equal to O to B plus B to
P.
And give me another route.
O to A, A to B, A to P.
O to P, O to A, add A to P. Now, those 2 different methods, I want to show up in the chat which method do you like, which route. Let's have a vote. And I'm going to vote as well. So everybody quickly tell me which method is the more easier, better method. Both of them are good. Both of them are correct. Okay, so okay. So Abu Bakr sticking with his first one. Layla's with the first one. Ismail, the second one. Ismail, I agree with you. The second one's better. Ismail, can you explain to the class why is the second method better? So I will highlight the route that you've chosen. Let me get the highlighter out. So Ismail saying, and I agree with him, going this way and this way is the better route. Now, can you explain to class why is the better route?
Because you know the other one, if you go from O to B, and then when you go from B to P, you got a minus and change the sign. So
That's right. If you go the first method, you're going to have to reverse the vector that you've just worked out, which could introduce possible mistakes by the student in the examination. By going in the pink route, which is the method number 2, they are both perfectly mathematically correct methods. Method number 2 saves the student the slipping up of having to reverse that vector, all of it. So you got 2 parts there. So that should, we can do both, by the way. We'll show you how to do both. So we'll do method number 1 first, and let's see how far we get with that and how much work we do. So Ismail, you can do method number 2. Actually, do method number 2 first. Ismail, go for it. So what is O to A?
it's A.
A. And what's A to P?
3/4 AB.
And what is AB?
Minus A plus B.
And what do you do with the brackets?
You have to expand it.
What does it give us?
A minus 3/4A plus 3/4B.
And simplify for me, please. So remember,
Is there a quarter A plus 3/4 B?
Lovely. So that's the actual answer. If you can take the quarter part out and leave behind the A and
3B.
3B.
In fact, bracket, yeah.
Now, that's the method that I would say is the preferred method without us having to reverse anything. Now, let's try the top method. I think we might need a little bit more space. Let me just see if I can cut this method out or make it a little bit smaller. And okay, let's just put it over here for the moment. Okay, right, I got more space. Abu Bakr, your turn. Now I want you to try your method now. Your method, I'm going to use a different highlighter now. Your method is this method up here, down here. That's going to be your method. So you explain your method to us, please.
B plus minus a quarter AB.
So B plus minus a quarter A. At the moment, yeah, you would, because you go in the opposite direction. Okay, next.
B plus minus a quarter.
Okay, well, you don't worry about keeping putting pluses and your plus and minus. Leave as a minus.
B minus.
B minus a quarter time by
minus A plus B.
Okay, next.
You'd expand it, so it'd be minus. It'd be minus a quarter A.
Okay. All right, go on. So what will that give us here?
A quarter minus A.
Ooh.
Plus a quarter A.
And the next bit?
Oh, and minus a quarter B.
Okay, so you see, I can see you hesitating here because you're having to reverse and do extra negative calculations. You have it just might give the opportunity for you to slip and make a mistake, and that's the reason why that other one's preferred only for that reason, to reduce the amount of that you have to reverse the vector. We didn't reverse anything in method number 2, we just multiplied it out. Let's see what you get then. Give me a second. I need to make these things a bit smaller because these things are a little bit big. Okay, right, carry on. So what's B minus a quarter B?
3/4 B and a quarter A.
Okay, and what's that give us if we factorize it? Gives the same answer?
Yep.
Absolutely same answer. Done. So you get the same answer, but just you have to remember that you have to minus the vector. Okay, that's the bit you have to remember. Okay, so we've done both ways. That's excellent. Okay, question number 2. Okay, I think you guys should try a couple of. Okay, this one's actually showing already. Show. Okay, everybody have a go. Question number 16 actually. Next, just to get yourselves all the cylinders warmed up in the right way. I'll put 3 minutes on the timer. Off it goes. What 6 marks in the exam? I'm just going to stop the recording or pause the recording here. So what you're doing here for the show that you just work it out OP and make sure your answer matches the answer, and halas, it's done.
So I did X to Y.
So let's start the question first of all. Let's do it.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's do the first question. Let's just kind of go over this. This is our A, and let's put this other vector in our B. Okay, so O to X equals A, O to Y equals B. Find the vector X to Y. So how would you do X to Y, Ismail?
X to O, then O to Y.
So this way and then?
That way.
So we say X to Y is equal to X to O, add O to Y. Is that right?
Yeah. So
So
it's minus A.
what's X to O?
X to O is minus A.
Yeah, minus A. Put a minus in there because we're going opposite direction. A is going up, we're going down. Okay, so we write down here minus A plus B. Okay, next. Here comes the fun part. Read that part.
P is a point on XY such that XP to PY equals in the ratio of 3 to 2. Show that OP equals 1/5 multiplied by 2A plus 3B.
So X to P, if you look at the diagram, is talking about if I change the color now. So X to
I know
P
how to do this one.
is this one, and then this one. Okay, now we got those 2 bits now. First of all, Ismail, how many parts do you have in the question?
3. No, 5 parts altogether.
So 5 parts altogether, and X to P,
305.
that's worth how many parts X to P?
305 and PY is 205.
Okay, so it's 3/5 to 2/5. Okay, now let's put some of that measurements on there. So let's, okay. So let's go and get a nice thin pen. So X to P is equal to, now what do we work at X to Y?
Yeah.
Downwards, yeah?
First question.
So this will be what, 3/5 of?
XY.
And the bottom part will be?
2/5 of XY.
2/5 of XY. Fantastic, lovely. Now, what do they want us to work out for this one here? Show
OP.
that
OP.
OP. So we're gonna work out OP. Okay, the OP. Okay, O to P. They want us to work out that one.
Yeah.
Now, before this first work out that one, let me get rid of some of the old annotation so it doesn't interfere. We're going from O to P. So give me root, please. Root with less negatives and more positives.
O to X, X to P.
Fantastic, lovely root. Let's write that down. So we say here, let's go back to a, oops, that one's a little bit thin now. We say O to P is equal to O to X plus X to P. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's put the layer of math into it. Let's put these into it now. So the first part's going to be what?
A.
O to X equals A, and X to P equals?
3/5 multiplied by minus A plus B.
Okay, don't put that in quite yet. Write it in the original format. Was it? Write that XY, yeah? Then put it in the next line. So we have now A at 3/5 of what's XY?
Bracket minus A plus B.
Bracket minus A plus B. like that, yeah?
Yeah.
So that gives you A minus 3/5
05A
A
plus
plus
305B.
3/5 B,
Yeah.
which gives us what?
205A plus 305B.
Yeah, because 1A is worth 5/5 minus 3/5 is 2/5.
And you can factorize that to give you 1/5
And
bracket.
then we can factorize that to give us 1/5 of A plus 3B is OP. Is that right now? Or
Is
missed
bracket 2A.
supposed to be 2 in here?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay, and has it matched it?
Yeah.
Have we done it?
Yeah.
Fantastic, that's it. So that kind of question, nothing to be kind of like, oh my God, I can't do this question, it's too hard. It's a prove one. You just do it. Just work out to P. And your answer should match the answer they're giving us. And that's all it is. So that's
Yeah.
hopefully like a bit of a mild question compared to some of the questions that will come later on. That one's been done. Oh, okay. Now we got it. Now the next one here has got a different type of proof in it. Let's look at the proof first. What's it say here? Show that.
CA is parallel to MP.
Okay. For this question here, let's have Layla, please. Layla, do my question number 7. Thank you for that, Ismail. Layla,
Always.
your turn.
Okay. OABC is a parallelogram. M is the midpoint of CB and P is the midpoint of AB. O to A equals A and O to C equals C. Find in terms of A and or C the vectors M to B. So
Okay, so we got the lay. Now, because it's a parallelogram, do you have any more C's?
A to B is C.
Like, and P, did you say P is the midpoint or something? Yeah, they're all midpoints. So that will be,
Yeah.
this will be, this will be C over 2.
Yes. And the other side will
And
be
C
as
over
well.
2. I don't want to put 2 double lines in there for the moment to confuse you. Okay, we have A, and on the other side, M is the midpoint. Is that right?
Yeah, so C to B will
That's
be
A over 2. Or we can write like this, half of A like that. Probably be better to make the annotation correct. And just to make this annotation correct as well, let's just do it again. Write it as half of C vector, half of C vector. Okay, lovely. So we've done all the labeling and stuff. And let's get the green. So we got this bit here. Okay, give me 1 second, folks. Coding. Okay, right. So you want to work at MB, says find in terms of A and or C the vectors MB. So Layla, carry on.
From M to B is just half A.
Exactly that one there.
So half A is your answer.
Just half A, done. Next one, M to P.
M to P is half, no, M to B is half A, and then B to P is half C.
So we have to go in that way. Sometimes you can't avoid going in a direction that involves reversing them.
Oh no, yeah, it's minus.
Just say M to P is equal to M to B, and then add B to P.
Yeah.
So M to B will be the first one, which is positive,
Half
which
A.
is half A, and then we're going to go backwards,
Take
and that's
away.
minus half C.
Yeah.
And we could actually factorize that to make it a little bit more neater.
Half A minus C.
Done. Show that CA is parallel to MP. Now C to A. So that's this one here. Let's get a different color. So we're going from here, whoops, to there. So now C to A. Did we work out C to A? No,
No,
we haven't done that. So give me the direction for C to A. Which way would you want to go for it?
You go from C to O, and then O to A.
Okay, that'll do. So
Minus
C to
C
A equals C to O plus O to A, which is equal to, well, what's C to O?
Minus C.
Because we're going in the reverse direction then.
Add A.
Add the A, because in the direction of A.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Now if we change that around a bit, make it more alphabetical, it's A minus C, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, next. So they want you to compare, okay, compare the market. They want you to compare this vector here, CA, and they want you to look at MP. MP is over here. This is MP. So how would you show that they're parallel? What would you-
They both have a common multiple.
they don't have a common multiple. That's not the, that's proof of something else. If we can say C to A is parallel to M to P, because what's the reason?
They share the same vector.
It is a multiple of the vector.
Oh, the first thing you said was right.
I.e. M to P, sorry, not M to P, C to A equals double of M to P. Because M to P is half of the vector and C to A is the full vector A minus C. So basically C to A is double of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in if you kind of deduce that. So that's how you show something is parallel, that it's actually a multiple of another vector, or it's identical to another vector. Yeah, it's half the size, double the size, triple the size, any of those. Okay, are we happy with that, Abu Bakr?
Yes.
So this is the kind of wording that you need to replicate in the examination for when it wants you to show something is parallel. Okay, are we ready to move on, everybody?
Yep.
Okay, the next question here is this one more of I would say an extension question. We're going to come back to that later, inshallah. I'm going to give you guys some questions to do now. So let's do a little bit of pausey. Resume recording. Okay, right. So question number 26, Ismail, how do you explain how you got A to B? What was your root? What do you do?
I did A to O and then O to B.
And what was A to O?
Minus 3A.
Because you're going in the opposite direction of the 3A. And what
Yes.
was the O to B?
6B.
Okay, lovely. Done. Now, read the next part for us, please.
X is the point on AB such that A to AX to XB equals 1 to 2 and BY equals 5A minus B. Prove that OX equals 2/5 of OY.
Okay, lovely. So let's look at the ratio. Which part of the question is about? So the ratio is A to X is
1/3.
1/3. Okay, lovely. So first of all, is the interpretation, the correct interpretation of the ratio. So 1 to 2 means we got 3 parts to the question.
1 hour.
3 parts means that this one will be 1/3 and the next one will be
2/3.
2/3. So we can go and label it. Now we've done A to B before, so I'll label it in that direction like that. So we can label that as 1/3 of AB is, and that next one will be
2/3 of AB.
2/3 of AB. Like that, beautifully labeled according to the information that's given to us. It also says that B to Y is 5. Yeah, we already got that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So what do we need to work out here now? We need to work out
O
O2.
to Y. Y. 6B.
So we need to work out O to X and O to Y, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, do we know any of those from before? No?
Yeah, you can work out OY now.
Okay, come on then. Let's work out Y now. Then let's make
It's O to B and then B to Y.
so O to Y. Okay, let's get rid of the old highlighter. Old highlight here, and let's just restart it. We're gonna go from here to here, and you're gonna go up and back that way, yes?
Yeah.
So give me the root. O to Y equals O to what?
O to B
Plus.
B to Y.
Okay, what's O to B?
6B.
And what's B to Y?
5A minus B. That gives you 5B plus 5A. Or 5A plus
Yeah,
5B.
5A
Plus 5B.
plus 5B, and can we factorize that?
5, yeah. Bracket, yeah.
Okay, now what do you want to work out next?
OX.
O to X.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Let's get rid of the old highlight and do a new one. We're gonna go from here to here. Which way shall I go?
O to A and A to X.
Fantastic, lovely. I like the direction. Okay, one direction. Yeah. So we have O to X is equal to O
O
to
to
A
A plus A to X.
A to X. So what's O to A?
3A.
And what's A to X?
1/3 AB.
Fantastic. Now let's put the layer of maths on. 3 to A plus 1/3. What's A to B? What is it?
Minus 3A plus 6B.
Oops, I put it on the wrong bit. So let's multiply it out.
3A plus minus A
So
plus
a
2B.
third times by minus 3A is just minus A, isn't it? Because the 3's cancel out, yeah? And
Plus
then
2B.
third, yeah, plus 2B.
Then it's 2B plus 2B, 2A plus 2B.
So that gives you 2A plus 2B if you simplify the A's together. And if you factorize, what does it give you?
2 bracket A plus B. Then
Okay.
you do a 5 bracket A plus B times by 2 over 5.
Right, first of all, let me just make something a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do now, it says here, O to X is 2/5 of O to Y. So O to X, if you multiply OY by 2/5, it should give you O to X. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put, how do you put that together?
So you do 2 over 5 bracket 5A plus 5B.
Give me a second, let me make this smaller and out of the way a bit. Okay, and let me get rid of this line over here. Okay, let's go back to black. So it says that O to X is equal to 2/5 of O to Y. What's O to X? What is it?
2A plus 2B.
Okay, it's 2A plus B, yeah? Or
Yeah.
the 2B inside plus B, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and then we have to do 2/5 times by OY. What's OY?
5A plus 5B. Right in the, yeah.
Lovely. And now let's do some. So that's where they started off from here.
Yeah.
And we've set it up. We've now used our own stuff. Now let's multiply it out.
The 5's cancelled out, so it's 2A plus 2B.
So 2A plus B equals 2A plus B. So the left hand side equals right hand side. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So it's right. Done. Okay. So if you multiply 2/5 by OY, you will get basically the left hand side equal the right hand side. So mathematically balanced, it's equal, and that's it. That's all we need to do for that particular question. Here comes the fun question. The fun question isn't this one. It was this one. You have to prove that two vectors are on a straight line. Ooh. Oh, okay. So I will let you guys get started with this question first of all, because I don't want to take all the fun away by doing it with you guys, like free of charge. I want you guys to try it now yourselves. So we're going to put in, okay, question number 24. Layla, just read first question. You can do part A and I'll help you with part B. Go.
Okay. OA equals A and OB equals B. These are points such that AC equals CD.
What's the shape in the diagram?
Oh, I forgot that bit. OACB is a parallelogram.
So what is this vector that I'm just labeling now? What's that called?
A.
Okay, because of the parallelogram.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parallel sides are equal.
And AC is B.
And AC is also B.
And CD is B as well.
Okay, CD is B because it tells you there that, okay.
Yeah, they're the same size.
Okay.
Point N divides AB in the ratio 2:1. Write an expression for ON in terms of A and B.
Okay, so point N divides AB in the ratio of 2:1. So if it's 2:1, I mean, how many parts do we have?
3 altogether.
3 parts altogether. So the first one, it says A to, so we have A to N and then N to B. So A to N will be 2/3 and that will be?
1/3.
1/3. And we done, did the axis work out A to B anywhere?
No.
No. Okay, so we just do that way. So we're going to choose the direction 2/3.
And then 1/3.
2/3 AB. And that one will be.
1/3 AB.
Now, this part that we're doing now, it is so important that you understand what the ratio is talking about, how many parts it is, what fractions it is, labeling the diagram properly, and that will help you get the question right. So what's the actual question?
Write an expression for ON in terms A and B.
So if you want to work out O to N, can you give me a root, please?
O to B.
Okay, now remember before we said try to keep the direction mostly positive if possible. Should we go this way instead?
Oh yeah, to keep it
Yeah.
positive.
Just as preference, there's nothing as right or wrong.
Yeah.
So
O
O
to
to
A.
N equals,
O to A. Add A to N.
sorry, A to N, yes, of course. A to N, yeah, lovely. And what's O to A?
A.
A, add.
2/3 AB. And dash answer.
Okay, lovely. Keep on going. So what is AB? Did we work out AB previously or not?
No.
No, we didn't. Let's work out above here. A to B, if I want to go from A to B, I've got to go A to O and then O to B.
So it's A minus A, add B.
We're going opposite direction of A is going up, we're going down. Okay.
So just B
We have
taken away.
A plus 2/3 of minus A plus B. Is that right? So we just worked out over there. So don't feel oh I've got something missing. What do I do? Just find some space and do it there. So we have A. What multiply the brackets for me, please.
2/3. No, yeah, 2/3 minus, and then add 2/3 B.
Which equals
Um,
what's 1A minus 2/3 A?
1A minus 2/3 A. 1/3 A. Sorry. Add 2/3 B.
Okay, lovely. Can we factorize that?
1/3 A, add 1/3, 2/3 of 2B. Sorry.
Okay, now here comes the fun part of the question.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, so now let's get like so we have to show that O to N, and so we have to show that from here to there that it's a straight line, OND. Okay, so we worked out O to N, so that's part of the question done. So O to N, we needed it, we done it. What do we need to do now? We need to work out what?
N to D.
O to D. I'll tell you why.
Oh,
I'll tell you why when we get towards the end. So can you work out for me, please, O to D for me now? So look at the diagram. So let me use a different color for the hour route. So O to D, should we go up here and across there?
Yeah, O to A.
Okay, that's a lovely route. So O to D equals O to A plus A to C plus C to D. Is that right?
Yes.
What's O to A?
A, add B, add B.
Lovely. It's gonna be A add B add B. So A add B, which gives us
A, add 2B.
A add 2B. Okay. So now we need to look at
O to N.
what do you realize by straight away?
They have common multiple.
Yes. So O to D is triple the size of O to N, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because O to D is the full vector and O to N is a third of the vector. So far, are they parallel? Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, and because they have a common starting point of O, it is a straight line. So they're parallel vectors that lie on top of each other, and that's what we need to put down in the sentence part. So we write down here first of all. Let's talk about the parallelness of it. So we say O to D is parallel
O to
to O to N, as it is a multiple of it.
yeah.
I.e., O to D is 3 times O to N. Is that right?
Yeah.
So the bottom one is triple the size of the top one. The top one is a third of the vector. The bottom one is the full vector. So that's the parallel part. Now let's change color to a different color. Next, since we say O to D and O to N have what's keyword here?
Common multiple.
Have a common starting, have a common start.
Starting point.
Yeah, have a common starting point O.
It makes it a straight line.
Exactly. Therefore, OND is
Straight line.
a straight line. So they're parallel and they start in center. So the one vector is on top of the other vector. And that question's worth 6 marks. Okay, lovely question. Okay, let's do the posy wozy of the video. Okay, Smalls, read question number 22, starting from reading this.
Diagram not accurately drawn.
Okay.
OPQR is a trapezium with PQ parallel to OR. OP equals 2B, PQ equals 2A, OR equals 6A. M is the midpoint of PQ and N is the midpoint of OR. Find the vector MN in terms of A and B.
Okay, let's go back and start to unpack the question. It says O to P is equal to 2B. So I'm going to go O to P with the red, and I'm going to label that 2B. And then the next vector is P to Q is 2A, use a different color. P to Q is at the top. Okay, and it says it is 2A, but it also tells us M is the midpoint. Is M the midpoint? Yes. So
Yep.
that's 2A. Then we can label it separately as
A.
and
A.
fantastic. That's lovely. You do that in the first place rather than doing later. Next, let's get a different color. Okay, now O to R. Do you know what O to R is?
6A.
6A. And do we know N is the midpoint?
Yes.
So then that will be what?
3A.
And that will be what?
3A.
Fantastic. Labeling the diagram is imperative to get the question right and not getting confused in the exam. Okay. He wants us to work out M to N. So we're starting here and we're finishing here. Okay. Now, how do I go from M to N? Give me a route, because at the moment I don't know how to get to M to N directly. So give me a route.
M to P, P to O, O to N.
Fantastic. Let's write that down as you just said it exactly like that. So we say M to N is equal to M to P plus P to O, i.e. this way, and then that way. Add O to
O to
N.
N.
Don't feel like rushed to miss this part out. This part is important. You must write the idea down, and then you put the layer of maths onto it. Then you start putting in the values. What's M to P?
A, minus A.
Minus A. A is going right, we're going left, minus A. What's P to O?
Minus 2B.
Minus 2B, because 2B is going up, we're going down. What's O to N?
3A.
Plus 3A in the direction of A, plus 3A. Done. So simplify for me, please.
2A minus 2B.
Okay, next. It says here, M is the midpoint of MN. X is the midpoint of MN.
And Y is the midpoint of QR. Prove that XY is parallel to OR.
So put the XY. Okay, so we got to go, we have to go this way, like this. Is that right?
Yeah.
Prove that that's parallel to OR. Where's OR? On the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to work at XY now. Okay, because we already know what OR is. So XY is the bit that we don't know. So x to y. Now you need to give me a root now. Let's start putting in some information that we know. So m to n, do you know what m to n is? M to n is 2a minus 2b. So if I go halfway, would that be a minus b?
A minus B, yeah.
And the other halfway would be
A minus B.
a minus b. Lovely. Okay, what else do we know? Do we know what QR is?
QR.
We can work it out,
No.
can't we? We can work out QR, can't we?
Yeah.
Because we need to know this bit here. This bit missing. So we need to know what Q to R is. So what's Q to R? Let's do some background. So Q to R equals, so we're going to go from here to here on the scenic route.
Scenic, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be Q to R is Q to P plus P to O plus O to R, which will be minus what?
Minus 2A minus 2B plus 6A plus 6A.
Simplify, please.
A 4A minus 2B.
And is Y the midpoint?
Yes, so it'll be 2A minus 1 minus B.
So let's label it. So we're doing Q to R is be 2A minus B.
Yeah.
If you halve it, yeah? 2A minus B. Let's rub this off. Let's go for a tight one. 2A. And then the bottom will be the same.
Yep.
And you got that from here, yes?
Yep.
By halving it. Lovely. Now, okay, tell me, how do I get to XY? Root for XY.
So M.
So hang on, give me 1 second. Let me get rid of all the other highlights. Let me get rid of some of these highlights there. So if I go from X to Y, could we take the following route? If we can go, you want to go down across, or do you want to go upward? Which way do you want to go?
Down across.
And go down and across and back up again.
No, actually, up and across.
You want to go up and across, then down again.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just move the highlight from the bottom. Okay, so so you want to go up from X to M, M to Q, Q to Y. Is that right?
Yeah.
Let's write that down. So X to Y equals X to M plus M to Q plus Q to Y. Is that right?
Yep.
Give me the layer of algebra now.
Minus A minus B.
So X to M is reversing it, aren't you?
Yeah.
So minus A plus B. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're reversing that original vector, and then you go in the direction of A. That's good. And Q to Y is going to be what?
2A minus B.
Okay, simplify that for me, please.
So be 2A.
2A.
Just.
Okay, lovely. That's excellent. Okay, and what is OR?
4A. No, it's 6A.
Okay, and they want you to prove that these two vectors are parallel. Are they parallel straight away? Can you tell?
Yes.
Yes. So now, yes. So what do we say? We say OR is parallel. Give me the wording now. You give me the wording.
OR is parallel to XY.
Why?
Because they are a common
Because it is a multiple, not common multiple. It is a multiple.
It's a multiple.
The word common comes into straight lines. It is a multiple of XY. We're talking about OR, i.e. Okay, so we say OR. How many times is OR bigger than XY?
3.
Okay, therefore, as I said, finish, Khalas. Okay, right, done. So we got, I think, one more question left, and then it's all done. Okay.